Hello and welcome to Day Trading with Rob. I'm Rob and this is my daily markup for the DAX 5-minute chart on Friday the 24th of April 2026. So overall, I saw the day as having a tight trading range open, bear breakout, bull reversal, bull pullback, bear pullback, and going into a tight trading range into the close to end as a trading range day, with the close just slightly below the open of the day, making it a doji day. On the chart, we have yesterday's high in yellow, yesterday's close in solid red, yesterday's open in solid red, green, and yesterday's low as solid yellow, and today's open as a dashed green line, and the 5-minute EMA as the solid blue line, and the 60-minute EMA as the dashed blue line. So on the open, there was a small gap up of about 8.5 points. On the open, very tight trading range for the first hour. Price ranged between the 60-minute EMA and the open of the day. On the first bar, the small gap up was completely closed, and really in this stage there wasn't much opportunity for stop order traders. It's a very tight range. Better to wait for a breakout with follow through. But in order to prepare or be prepared for which way the breakout goes, you can note that the bear bars are slightly larger, and perhaps there are a few more than there are bull bars, and the price stayed below the 5-minute EMA for most of the time. The highs were trending down and the lows were trending up, but maybe forming more of a triangle, if anything, on the open. We then had consecutive bear bars. First one quite large, breaking below the EMA and out of the tight trading range, but they mostly overlapped, almost an inside bar on the second bar, and there was a bit of a tail below the first bar, indicating that there was buyers below. So bit of a weak breakout, but minimal follow through for the bears, and this was followed by a strong pullback into the range to test to the opposite side, including the open, yesterday's close, and ultimately all the way up to yesterday's high, forming a lower low double top with the bar one high. Once we tested the yesterday's high, a strong selling was apparent, and a good reversal bar at the resistance was formed, and this is a good signal bar for a short entry. Second entry after the breakout. So then we had a series of consecutive bear bars, good follow through for the bears, breaking below the prior low. We can expect further downward pressure, and use these bars, the bodies open to close, as a measure to project a measured move target down. And obviously we had a small wedge, 1, 2, 3, move down to yesterday's open, very tight trading range, and then a small extension, maybe a vacuum test or a second leg or some test of yesterday's low and the measured move target, and this was then followed by a 2-bar reversal pattern at the obvious resistance levels that we've already talked about, and that was followed by a series of consecutive bull bars closing strongly. These consecutive bull bars are strong enough to expect a second leg up. So on the pullback, it's almost 50%. We can expect a second leg up at the very least, which we get. Close above the 5-minute EMA. From the higher low double bottom, could think of it as a MTR, a major trend reversal, after this leg. And then price started going up. Formed another minor wedge at the 60-minute EMA, but it is a small pattern and we've not really got a measured move up of this or this really. But then obviously we did have two very large bull bars. They are a surprise and they went on to form a higher high double top with above the high of bar 1. They are so large that it's reasonable to expect a second leg up, and pausing at the resistance levels of yesterday's high, but breaking far above the EMAs, and also with the yesterday's close, the open of the day, and yesterday's high, and with ultimate follow through that it's reasonable to expect a second leg up. Once we can say that, we can say the user projection from the low open to the close of the second large bull bar before the pullback starts somewhere in this tail to project up to a measured move target above. We then did have a second leg up, consecutive strong bull bars, and they were testing the measured move based on the first leg. So we have a 1-2 leg move up above prior highs, but we've had a lot of trading range like action so far today. This leg down looks much more like a bear leg in a trading range than a strong bear trend, and big up or big down, big up, it's trading range behavior, so it's not unreasonable to expect that there might be some pullback, especially when this move is so climactic. We then did have obviously consecutive strong bear bars breaking down from the climactic test of this measured move target. It is strong enough to expect a second leg down. It is stopping at the support of today's open, which has obviously been very important throughout the day. And there was a small 2-legged pullback to about 50% of the strong leg down. We did get a second leg down, which went to a second leg measured move target, also testing the bottom of these surprise bars here. And because it's so climactic and exhaustive, it could possibly be exhaustive and might expect profit taking. We then have a relatively tight trading range here. While the range is almost going on for 100 points, because of the size of the bars, it's difficult to be trading this with stop orders, particularly if you're looking for good entry bars. So more of a limit order market made up of second 2-leg moves to the extremes, as well as a series of double bottoms and double tops. And really what you're doing is you're looking to fade moves, strong moves to the top and the bottom of the ranges. So what about the best stop order trades for the day? I think the first one, and probably the best one all day, is the reversal on the failed initial breakout. We've got a great signal bar, and obviously once you place this, it's in the top upper range of the opening tight trading range. We have a great entry bar as well, which then got follow through, and it's reasonable to continue shorting as the first move goes down. Once we've got a pullback, might be able to short below this bar, but really we're so close to where you might expect resistance levels to be, support levels below. Might be better to adjust your expectations appropriately or just wait. We then have a strong reversal pattern, 2-bar reversal pattern at obvious resistance or support rather, which led to a reversal, a 1, 2, 3, 4 bar bull micro channel, 5 bar, 6 bar. So, 5 bar. So this is strong enough to expect a second leg up. Once we've bought here, this is a very early entry. Can then wait for the second leg, but because this bar is so large and there's not a good signal bar here, might wait for a entry here or again here, although that's getting into a more later legs. Once we have these two bars, these two surprise bars, might be okay to enter above the inside bull bar here, looking for a second leg up. It's basically a high one, but need to be careful of where you're looking to take profits because reversal can be quite quick. Reasonable to get out below this bar. It's far from the 5-minute EMA, but would be aggressive to short here. So look for bear bar and then follow through, strong follow through, short below that, and continuing bars expecting at least a second leg down. Once there's a pullback to 50%, might short go long here for a very quick scalp, but really looking to capture some of the second leg down. There's no real good signal bars here, so shorting below the stronger bear bar will be higher probability, and continuing down in the trading range. Want to fade moves to the extreme in the up and lower ranges, so buy low, sell high, and look to get out in the middle, scalp. So buy low, sell high, and scalp. So it's usually more difficult to find good signal bars in trading ranges, so reasonable to short in below bear bars in the upper range and buy in the lower range. This is more in the middle. It's a bit more questionable, but it is a two legs down, and expecting a second leg up is reasonable. We have a good bar here to short, and you might be starting to look at a bit of a less good at entry there, but one after another 2 legs up is again reasonable. So overall, this is my markup for Friday the 24th. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. I'd like to hear any feedback, and thanks for watching.